Welcome back, guys, to episode 4 of the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about OG Anunoby listening to offers from other teams, the Sixers looking to go hard, and also some draft picks. I put up a list that SNY kind of put out so you guys can have out there, and I'm going to be dropping it in the description so you guys can be looking at it and see what players the Knicks will be grabbing in the draft. And also, I'm going to be talking about the roommates' jokes about the Pacers not even winning a game by Josh Hart. I think it was hilarious. I think is something to really point out, something to really think about how we could have won that series so easily. So, but before we get started, guys, I want to ask you guys, can you please like and subscribe? It really helps the channel. It really helps me grow and really helps me provide more content going forward and improve the channel. So thank you. And I appreciate the support, guys. So here we go. So OG Anunoby looking to get that max deal contract. The Knicks are going to be having to pay this guy. This guy was a defensive player. Yeah, injuries is kind of something that the Knicks really are probably going to be looking to fix that, incentives, but teams like the Sixers might be able to offer OG Anunoby, that defensive player. But, I think that they also are looking into Paul George, but we also have to think that teams are going to want OG Anunoby. They want that wing guy. That man is a beast when it comes to defensive game. The Knicks, we can see how it went when he got traded from the Toronto Raptors to the Knicks. They went on that run that was unbelievable. So OG Anunoby is the number one priority for the Knicks. I know that I've been talking about Mikal Bridges, but this is our first chip to move. I think we have to focus on OG Anunoby to sign with the Knicks, and the Knicks have like a $20 million upper hand on other teams. So they're ready to really unleash everything on OG Anunoby, and I think it's going to happen. OG Anunoby is not going to leave. I think the Knicks want him here 100%. So no matter what other teams throw at OG Anunoby, the Knicks are going to offer. They're going to match it, but I think it's going to be more an incentive game because a lot of teams also might be scared to throw in that whole contract at OG Anunoby because of the injuries. But the Knicks have are kind of add some incentives in there. So the more games he plays, the more he gets paid. So I think it works out, and I think he knows what he's up against, and he probably is going to be conditioning himself to be more of a durable player. And if he is, it's a game changer for the Knicks. So moving on to the list for the draft picks, I think the Knicks have a lot to do during this draft picks. They might not be drafting a player that might be playing next season, but Leon Rose, his scout teams, they know what they're doing. They know who to draft. This team knows what to do, and we know that they like to trade out of the picks. So it might be a possibility the Knicks might be trading that night. But if they do decide to get some young guys, maybe for an asset to kind of deal and make a package to acquire like a guy like Mikal Bridges, or maybe if the Nets give the Knicks a call and say, hey, draft these players if they come up, maybe we're in talks. So the Knicks will be doing a great job, but I just want to go ahead and give you guys a pointing out a list that is out there from the SNY, also providing some good information on kind of the guys to look out for. So Pacome Dadiet from France, raw scoring, defensive potential player, and also as an investment asset. Edey from Purdue, his size and interior scoring, versatile big. Kyshawn George, shooting over 40.8, and is a ball handler, and his size is also pretty good to point out. Harrison Ingram from UNC, a forward, shooting, passing. Also Jarrett McCain, Duke, guard, high IQ, three-point shooter with his leadership. We can't deny that from Duke. Tyler Kolek from Marquette, a guard. This is my personal favorite. His distribution, improved shooting of 38.8, and is a crafty shooter. I think this guy might be a great asset for the Knicks to have, or an investment for the future to be with the Knicks. DaRon Holmes from Dayton, a forward, versatile, strong defense, a good shooter. Justin Edwards from Kentucky, a small forward, high potential, versatile. And, I know he's had some struggles, and we all know, but, he is a good player that the Knicks might looking to draft. And these are players that they might draft in the 24th and the 25th pick that they have that back to back. But be on the lookout for the Knicks to go ahead and probably trade out those picks. Or if they go ahead and, draft these players, they're going to be probably someone they're going to be packaging. And I'm going to stress that again. And I hope it's for Mikal Bridges. And I hope the Nets go ahead and reach out to the Knicks and kind of make this deal happen. So the Knicks are going to be doing a great job drafting these players. I do trust in Leon Rose. This guy has a eye for talent. The CAA Mafia, they're on it. They're already providing information to Leon Rose to make the right decision and drafting some players out there that they're looking at. Josh Hart was joking about the Pacers losing and getting swept by the Boston Celtics. He brought up a lot of great points. The Knicks could have been that team playing with the Boston Celtics in that Eastern ECF or Eastern Conference Finals, but it didn't happen. I think injuries were the reason that team didn't move forward to the next round. The Knicks could have been that team, probably giving a hard time to the Celtics. So we really injuries really kind of didn't allow us to move to the second round. But bringing it back to the point of what Josh Hart was saying, I agree with him. The Pacers couldn't even win one game. They lacked that potential. I know they were probably in some games, it was a close game, but they couldn't beat the Celtics. They couldn't finish them off. And I think the Knicks could have finished off the Celtics in a couple of those games, or at least get one, just like Josh Hart says. So it's a very embarrassing. Tyrese Halliburton, you choked, man. I mean, you could have at least provided one game, and all that talk you did in the court, is a guy that when he's always on top, he talks. When he's not, when he's losing, he's hiding like that Simpson gif that they hide in the bush. He kind of moves back. So I think that, Josh Hart brought out a lot of great points. Injuries really hurt the team. I know Jalen Brunson doesn't agree with that. He states that's not an excuse, but the Knicks didn't have the players to really go ahead and be the better team in the court. The Pacers at the current state that the Knicks were in, they were the better team with the better players at that time. But if we had our players, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, 100%, everyone in that court, I think we would have been talking about a different aspect. I probably would have been talking about right now how we are playing in the finals right now. But unfortunately, injuries creeped up. There's something part of the game. And I think the Knicks have to do something about that next year. But I would say again, Josh Hart, continue to joke on the Pacers because they're the laughing stock right now after Tyrese Halliburton kind of just laughed at us. So they choke. Hey, guys, and to recap what I just said about OG Anunoby listening to offers, he's going to put himself out there. He's going to want to get, the best offer from the Knicks by leveraging other teams' offers. Unfortunately, he is an injury-prone player. Teams might be scared of that, but he has, and his agent has to put it out there that teams are interested on him and that they're listening to offers, but he's not going to get away from the Knicks. The defensive player that OG Anunoby is vital for the Knicks and for us to move forward. So he's our priority. This is the Knicks' homework. This is the first homework they need to do this offseason is sign OG Anunoby. Obviously, there's some Isaiah Hartenstein, and then probably bringing a big guy like a Mikal Bridges or someone that is out there that they can trade for, and then doing those small free agent additions to kind of solidify our team and increase our depth. Also for the draft, again, guys, I think the Knicks are going to be looking at the guys of the list that I'm going to be leaving in the description. Also, make sure that you go with the expectation that the Knicks are probably going to trade out, and those players might not be in the Knicks when the season starts. So it might be part of a package that they're going to be doing those drafts. And Leon Rose likes to get out of those picks and probably do a move that night. Who never knows? So it's going to be a suspense. It's going to be a surprise. So wait for those 24 and 25th picks to come in and see what happens. Also, Josh Hart continued to joke on the Pacers. They they need to be joked on. Man, I mean, I respect the sportsmanship of players, but when you laugh at us and you kind of joke on our team, come on. I respect what Josh Hart is doing. They couldn't even win a game to the or beat in the Boston Celtics. Then the Knicks could have done damage to the Boston Celtics. I can't say what the future would have hold, but we would have done damage in there in that series. So we probably, like I said, we could have been talking Knicks in the finals right now against the Dallas Mavericks. Jalen Brunson trying to give it up to the Mavericks. Kind of that would have been a fun series to watch. But unfortunately, that's not how the ball rolls. So we definitely have improvements to make to definitely get there to the finals or the Eastern Conference Finals and be a contender team next year. Well, guys, again, this wrap things up. I just want to thank you and salute you guys for watching the channel and supporting.